The first trailer for a Minecraft movie has dropped, and it's leaving some gamers wondering if this needed a little more time in the furnace. We'll talk about our impressions.
And there's a brand new game called Concord, just came out. It's super fun. I'm loving it. I hope it's around forever. What's that? We're going to talk about all this and so much more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another action-packed episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show in the world. We're stepping it up a little bit. It's in the world now. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest things happening in the video game universe. You can find us on YouTube, Fruit Lab, and podcast services everywhere. My name is E-Rock the Red. I am joined every week by this man right here, Full Clip. What's going on, dude? How are you?
What's up? I'm doing my best. You know, we're top of the world. Now, that's hard to live up to because there's like this gaming podcast in Hong Kong, and I hear they're doing numbers over there.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, every once in a while I get a little bit of time to actually play a game, and this week I just, I got Call of Duty on the mind, but I haven't re-upped my subscription for Game Pass yet. I don't know if it's still active on there, like the beta.
So it's an open beta this weekend. So it is still on there. I played a little bit of it. Yeah, it's definitely it's still. I think you got a couple days as of this recording to get in there and check it out.
Oh, it's a lot of gigabytes to download. So I went with Hell Let Loose, but I still have installed. Played a little bit of that the other day. Yeah, remembered why I loved it, and now that's what I'm thinking about doing tonight.
There you go. Yeah, you need to wind down a little bit. You've been busy. You need to have a beer and play some Hell Let Loose and just chill out a bit.
Oh, yeah.
What did I get into this week? Oh, I started a new game. It's real interesting. It's not out yet. I got a review copy of a game called Flowstone Saga. Now, this is it comes out September 17th. It's a 16-bit, like, old school kind of JRPG style game. But what makes this different is that when you encounter enemies, the battle system is it is very reminiscent of a very popular falling block game, where you have to, get lines. We'll call it Schmetris. So you have to, not only get clear lines, but there's things that fall down and you have to match them to other blocks, which gives you more powers, more abilities. It's really an interesting game. And on top of that, so it's got all the, everything that you would find in a SNES style JRPG. Tons of story, tons of characters, the weapons, equipment, all that stuff. But then on top of that, even there's other different types of puzzles that you'll encounter throughout. So it's very much puzzle focused, but it has a great story. Got like a fantasy world type situation. So yeah, it's not in the 1.0 build yet. And I think they're doing some finishing touches, trying to tighten it up here and there. But I could really see myself putting some time into this because the mechanic, it's different from the other game we know. There's more bricks, it's wider, there's a lot more, just a lot more happening. And the fact that you have to match things up and stuff like that. But, I'm always a sucker for like a different style of, fighting or battle systems. That's why I love the deck builders and match 3 games and that sort of thing. And this is it's definitely falls into that kind of niche. So yeah, it's fun. I definitely keep an eye out for it when it does drop. I don't know the price. I think it'll be cheap. But yeah, it's different. I like different,
Yeah, it's cool. It's like it's hard to to come up with some new way of doing that. But I've seen it done successfully a few times, like Tricky Towers, if you've ever played that. It's like Tetris, but building up, and you have to keep stacking and don't tip over.
Yep. Yeah, and I was always a fan of like Super Puzzle Fighter and stuff like that. Dr. Mario, and pretty much any of those games like that had that style of play. So yeah, it was cool. I'm very early into it. Maybe hour and a half. So I don't know how big the game is going to be, what it's going to have, but so far the story is enjoyable. The characters are cool, and the battle system is different. So yeah, keep an eye out for it. I've been playing another game that has like really taken up all of my time in the last few days, and we're going to get into that in our new releases. So you know, should we move along, or you got anything else you want to chat about before we get in there?
Let's go right along.
All right, it's time for our new releases from this past week. Here we go. Now just sit back, because I got a lot to say about this game. Astro Bot came out September 6th on the PlayStation 5. This has been, you know, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I've brought it up on this show many, many times, and I had very high expectations. I thought it would deliver. Based solely on the previous games, the Astro's Playroom game that came packaged with the PlayStation 5. Never did I think it would deliver as much as it did. It is, in my opinion, 10 out of 10. It is my current game of the year. It's the best platformer I've played maybe ever. It is a flawless game. I mean it. Dude, there you can't find anything wrong with the game. It's so basically what it is. It's a 3D platformer. For those who aren't familiar, it's really a collectathon. So you go around. Every board is different. You're trying to find these little tiny robots. They're scattered throughout the board. And each board is different. Every board is bright and colorful and stylish. And then on top of that, each board has a theme. So you play through the theme, and there are power-ups that you get, and every single power-up only adds to the fun. There's not one where it's like, oh man, every single time it's like, this is different. There's a bulldog backpack that allows you to rocket boost. There's these frogs that you can put on your hands that like allow you to punch. And you know, on top of that, the haptics in the DualSense controller, takes it up to a whole nother level. Like, it's unbelievable. That mixed with the speaker, in the controller, the sound coming out of it, like everything has texture. Everything has like, it feels real as you're playing it. And the attention to detail throughout the game is insane. Every little thing has its place. Everything's animated. Everything is doing something. So in the game, there's the collectibles that you find. Once you find them, you take them back to like your home world. And then the bots, some of them are based on old PlayStation games with Parappa the Rapper and the Hunter from Bloodborne and stuff like that. Once you release them back in your world, then you could get more collectibles that the bots interact with. So they're off doing stuff in the world that there's animations for. And like, dude, it's insane. And on top of like everything, the Paramount thing, it's fun. Everything about it is just so much fun to play. My son, you know, with Astro's Playroom is like his favorite game. So when this came out, you know, I had it pre-ordered, pre-downloaded. You know, he got out of school, we got a bunch of snacks, and we played it for the whole day. We've been playing it the whole weekend. So it's a blast. And being a Sony fanboy, and having those kind of like nods to like throwbacks, you know, you got Ape Escape and you know, Gone Home, just a bunch of stuff. Kratos is in there. Like, it's that just adds to it. It's the best game out this year.
It's cool. Yeah, we've talked about it in the past. So it's almost like a tech demo too. You're talking about like the haptics and the controller speaker and stuff like that, where a lot of games don't really do much with that when they could, because it's like, you know, most things are going to be released for several different systems and PC. They're just not thinking about that functionality, or it seems like an afterthought for most games. But this being like
Yeah.
a PlayStation made just for the PlayStation, a celebration of PlayStation itself.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and like so Team Asobi, the developers, they, the first one basically was a tech demo, it was like, this is what the PlayStation 5 can do. And they just kind of took that and ran with it and like created this full-fledged game. And it's the most gorgeous game on the PlayStation 5. Like I might even consider it the best. It's definitely the best first party game for the PlayStation 5, and I might even go so far as to say it's the best game on the PlayStation 5 right now. So it's crazy. And I think I know, some people see platformer and they're like, no, I don't get down with that. But anybody that attempts to play this game, like if they put out like, how they do like the trials or whatever, a demo, something,
Yeah.
I think they could even move more units, because once you try it, it's so fun just being in that world, and you just want to see what the next world has to offer and who you're going to find next. It's a perfect game.
So is this a like full cost $70 game, or is it a little cheaper than that?
Yeah, it's a full. It might have been $59.99. I don't remember what I paid. I think it might be. I think it was a $60 game. So not that new $70 price point, but yeah. So there is like another. You could buy it. I think a upgrade version for additional $10. I don't know what. I think that comes with some skins and that sort of thing, which are more things you can find in the game. Skins for the ships and the bots, dude. There's so much in the game that it's great. All right, moving on. Next up, NBA 2K25 came out on all the consoles on September 6th. This is, it's just more NBA. They're saying it's the best looking the NBA has ever been, because I think this is the first time it's been on the new consoles, or it's something about it being focused on the new consoles. But it has this pro play immersive tech now, which increases the realism. So I guess they took videos from NBA games and like converted it into the gameplay that you see. So that's adding to it. It's got the My Career, the city thing, WNBA's back. So fans of the basketball, I'm sure you've already downloaded it. You're probably already playing it. So
Yeah.
I have nothing else to add. Do you?
No, not really. When it comes to those games, it's just it all feels like the same thing to me, because I don't play them every year, so I don't get the nuance.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know the difference. And then last up, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 came out September 9th on PS5, Xbox XS, and PC. This is a sequel to the 2011 Space Marine game. It's a third-person shooter, squad-based gameplay. You can play it solo or co-op. And then it also has PvE and PvP modes. There's 6 classes, 25 different perks that you could choose from for each class. You could customize your character, the weapons, the look. It looks super fun. It looks like just a fantastic third-person shooter. It looks like gory and just like a blast to play. Yeah. So I've never really played any of these games, any of the Warhammer games at all. But as soon as I saw the gameplay for this, I was like, oh, I need to play this, because it just looks fun,
Yeah, same here. This one's been on my radar since the announcement trailer, and we very first talked about it on Gaming News Weekly. The Warhammer part is the only thing that scares me a little bit, because I know that is it 30K, 40K. Some of these are like tabletop games, and people are really, really into those. And I don't know what the gameplay is exactly like. I've only seen the cinematic trailers, and they look epic. It looks like you're mashing up Doom with your Fallout power armor and several other cool things. Gears of War is another one, and kind of like Army of Two or something.
I think originally it took a lot from the first one. I think it took a lot from Gears of War and created like that squad-based kind of shooter game. So yeah, I agree. Like I always see that Warhammer name, and you're right. So many of them are like RTSs or strategy games. But that's why like this one I initially kind of wrote it off, and then once I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this actually looks dope."
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, and that's it for our new releases from this past week. It's time for our news of the week. All right, before we get into our big news of this week, let's dip into our subscription service corner real quick. It's a new month, so we got a new humble choice being offered. This month, you can get for $12 Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Stranded, Alien Dawn, Coral Island, SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake, Lost Eidolons, Astria, Six-Sided Oracles, Infraspace, and You Suck at Parking Complete Edition. So this one, you know, I am a subscriber to the Humble Choice, and I usually get it. This one is a pass for me. And that is only because I own most of the games already.
Yeah.
They're great games. Guardians of the Galaxy is a super fun game. I got that on PS5. Cosmic Shake, I got on PS5. You Suck at Parking, I got on PS5. So I did do a trade, and I secured Astria Six-Sided Oracles, which is a deck builder with dice that looks really cool that I've been wanting to try. So the other ones are like strategy, like kind of simulator games, like those kind of things, like world building management type games and that sort of thing. So not my thing, but yeah, it's a great for $12, man. Again, Humble Bundle choice, they're doing it.
Right. Yeah, I think this one's going to have to be a pass for me as well, because I think the one game that I really want out of that pack is the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I know I don't have the time to put into that. I've already got the SpongeBob one. I really looked into that Coral Island. I was trying to get a review copy of that for a while, and it just never happened. So, you know, they don't want me. I don't want them. And then Infraspace. Infraspace looks interesting. It's a lot like a, you know, it's the resource management. It's a lot like I'm trying to think of the game, but you're building your conveyor belts. I think you saw the video I did on it a while back.
Satisfactory.
That's exactly what it was.
Yes. Nailed it. Yeah, but I mean, for $12, dude, you can't beat that if you're into at all the idea of, like, you know, 2 of those games. It's you're already making out with it. And then next up, Xbox Game Pass September Wave 1 lineup was announced. So here we do have some new games in there. Age of Mythology Retold is a brand new game that came out September 4th. And then Expeditions, a Mud Runner game, came out September 5th. Riders Republic, September 11th. And then Train Sim World 5 was another brand new game coming out September 17th. So those are the announcements. Nothing, again, nothing blowing me away. It's just that style of game. I know a lot of people are hyped for that Age of Mythology Retold game. So, you know, hopefully they're enjoying that.
I could definitely get down on that. The Expeditions Mud Runner game is one that I've been looking into for a while. And then also Riders Republic. I kind of wanted to get that when it launched. I didn't hear a lot after it launched is the only reason I didn't. But to have that all packed in, I could take or leave Train Sim World 5.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so, and then leaving Game Pass September 15th, Ashes of Singularity Escalation, FIFA 23, Payday 3, Slime Rancher 2, Spider Heck, and You Suck at Parking. See, you just get it on PC during the Humble Bundle choice, and you're all set. So, yeah, it seems every month now, there's more games leaving than going to both the PlayStation Plus and the Game Pass. So, we'll see. I'm excited for the next wave, the next announcement, because this one is usually when there's one that's kind of like meh, they like hammer the next one and just crush it. So it always makes me excited for that next announcement. All right, our top story this week in what has to be a new record for the quickest a game was shut down since launch. The newest Sony live service first-person shooter Concord was shut down just 2 weeks after it came out. This was posted on the PlayStation blog. It says, Concord fans, we've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC, and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. Your support and the passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. Therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September 6th and explore options, including those that will better reach our players. While we determine the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately, and we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game. Crazy stuff. This was in development for 8 years, this game. I played the beta. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good game. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that was too quick to pull it down? I mean, obviously we know the reason they did it was low sales. We don't know what the sales are. They're estimated maybe 25,000 units sold total, because we know the Steam numbers were under, concurrent were under 700. So yeah.
I can hardly say that it was too soon, if that's the problem. I mean, this is a better strategy than doing nothing, probably, because now they're kind of leaving it open as if they're going to retool some things and come back maybe as a free-to-play title or something like that. And that's probably a smart move if you've only got a handful of people playing the game. And on that note, so I was looking at this article about how players are trying to get the Platinum Trophy before it went offline on Friday. So to speed up progression, they're trying to hurry and throw themselves off the map at the beginning of the match in this particular mode that will just get them through matches over and over and over again to get that XP and try to grind up to level 100, which is a big part of this. So before the game went on offline on Friday, 69 people had achieved the Platinum Trophy. 69 people is 4.5% of the people playing the game on PlayStation. It says game owners, 1,515 total.
Wow. Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. And it was not, the sad part is, it was not a bad game. I would compare it to like when Destiny launched. Destiny, that had a very, very rough launch. Yeah. I mean, No Man's Sky was not a multiplayer game, but like that one, like both those games, they stuck with it. And I mean, look at what they are now. You know, it makes you wonder if there could have been anything done to this to bring it back. But with numbers like that, I don't know, man. It's so hard to break into the live service game industry. It's so oversaturated, with free-to-play games, that make it tough. And now you're asking for $40 for one of those games. Now, it was a very polished game, includes everything. There's no, you're not paying for anything else for this game, but people still saw it and were like, no, I'm playing for it.
And when they're trying to emulate something like, isn't this kind of a clone of Overwatch to a degree?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, it's a hero shooter, and it has the same kind of mechanics. For me, like I was interested. I was going to buy this until I played the Marvel Rivals beta, and then I decided this is what I'm going to put my time. I only have time for one, of these live service games where I need to do the battle pass or whatever. Invest my time into it, and I chose Marvel Rivals because I love Marvel games. But that being said, like I think there was no marketing for this Concord game. Some of the designs were questionable, like the characters, everything was like a little muted and stuff like that. But like I'm telling you, the gameplay was a tight game, and I know the people that were playing it were huge fans of the game. So it is unfortunate. Hopefully they can do something that does bring it back, and it's just not dead.
Yeah, that's a significant investment. 8 years of development and having to pay all the salaries.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so maybe if they can, make it free to play, put it on PlayStation Plus, try to get some. Now there's so much talk behind it. They say all press is good press. People want to know what this game is, so you put it out there free to play. and just try to build from it. I'm telling you, it's a good game. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So it was one of the games featured in that show. I forget what the name of the show is. Where it's going to have like different episodes. It's like the anthology series, different episodes about games. There was a whole episode for Concord, or part of an episode, and they said it's still going to happen. So maybe that episode will give it a little maybe a little boost. Then so re-release it. Maybe you could re-release it when that show comes out. What the heck is the name of that show? I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, I've not heard of this. I'm interested though. Is it like a legitimate like on TV, or is it like a streaming service thing?
Dude, you have to watch the trailer for it. It's gonna be on Prime. It's called Secret Level. And they showed the trailer and it looks amazing, dude. They got like all these different video games featured in there. So like, Concord was one of them, Armored Core, God of War, Mega Man, Sifu, like all these things were like done. It was from the people that did the Love, Death and Robots, I think it was called, on Netflix. I don't know if you're familiar with that show. Yeah, so same kind of idea, like anthology, different styles of show. So so Concord's going to be in that.
So they are making stories like in these game worlds and with the characters and stuff.
Right.
It's not like a behind the scenes how they made it kind of thing.
No, yeah, it's a legitimate like it's a narrative story with the characters from the games. So
that'll be cool.
All different styles of watch the trailer for it, because when I saw it, I was like, "Yo, this looks great." It was the week we were off, so we didn't talk about it. But yeah, all right. Let's do anything else. I don't want
nothing to add there.
Shut it down. All right. All right. Let's talk about another shitty game that has broken a game studio. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is being blamed for the latest rounds of layoffs affecting Rocksteady Studios. So the company's QA department has been cut in half this past month. This came from Eurogamer. They said went down from 33 team members to 15. And it's just, they said, entirely from the poor sales of Suicide Squad, and they need to restructure. So the job losses extend outside of QA too. One staff member posting publicly on social media over the weekend revealed they have been told they were being made redundant in the middle of their paternity leave. So not a good look, Rocksteady. Now, granted, Suicide Squad game did cost them $200 million, so you got to find that money somewhere, right? But it's unfortunate. They did say Rocksteady acknowledged that the product quality will absolutely suffer as a result of these layoffs, because you've got half the members of your QA staff now. So
if anything, it probably needed more QA.
Exactly. I still haven't played it. I really want to. I really want to try it and see if it's as bad as it's been, made out to be. But hopefully, maybe that'll be on Game Pass soon. I could see that one popping up on PlayStation Plus or Game Pass in no time.
Yeah.
So, all right. Enough of that talk about these terrible games. Let's talk about a great game, possibly one of the greatest games this year. Balatro is coming to mobile. So it's like a good news, bad news type situation. The good news is that you could have it on the go. You can play it anytime you want. The bad news is you have it on the go and you can play it anytime you want, because your productivity is out the window. You're not getting anything done when you've got Balatro in your pocket. So they announced it's coming out September 26th on Google Play Store and the iOS app, and it will also be included as part of Apple's Arcade, if you're a member of that subscription service. So, not everybody knows what it is. So it's a roguelike with cards. If you're not familiar with it and you want to check it out, do it. It's like, you got to get the highest score. Cards, have different points, and then there's these jokers that change the points. It's great. Have you ever played it?
I've not. I was looking into it though because I keep, everything's coming up Balatro lately, and you give it the glowing review. So I was looking. I was surprised that it was more like poker than not, because I thought this was like you got all kinds of crazy cards. But then I was looking, it's like, no, you just got the 7 of diamonds, the 6 of clubs.
Yes,
but
they start
I
that
understand
way.
the Joker's cards are what makes the game crazy.
Right. Yeah. So they start that way, and then like there's one game I had, it was maybe my best game that I ever had, that I was able to change like all of my, well, not all of them. I think I maybe had like 20 aces in my deck. And so then I'm able to put together like, so then you're trying to make the best 5 card hand. So I'm putting together just 5 aces, and I'm just getting these huge scores. And then like, yeah, the jokers add multipliers or different things. And it's just, you're trying to get that high score. It is surprisingly fun. It is, us talking about it, like it really doesn't do it justice. It is a very, very addicting game. And yeah, it's not like you don't need to know about poker. There's no gambling. It's just based on using a deck of cards and trying to get, you need to know poker hands. So, yeah, it's been a good year for them, man, because they just had the Friends of Jimbo DLC thing just come out, and that was, you could change the cosmetics. It's got like Witcher, Dave the Diver, that sort of thing. And then they're talking about a big update coming in 2025 that's going to add a free update that's going to add a ton more content to the game. So
very nice. Yeah, I'm looking into it. It's like $15 regular price on Steam. I'm going to watch for a sale, or if it comes to like Humble Bundle or something eventually, might pick it up. I'm wondering though, because this is Balatro mobile, or are we getting the full game on mobile? Is it going to be free, or is it going to be $15? That's my biggest question.
That is a great question, and I don't know the answer. Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be the full game, because there's not. I mean, the game I have it on my Steam Deck. It's like, like a megabyte. It's like it's the smallest game. I'm never going to delete it because there's no point. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good question. So it is like part of Apple Arcade. So I'm assuming there will be some sort of cost, to own it. I wonder. I can't imagine more than $10 though. But yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll see in a couple weeks. All right. Last up, we got to talk about it. The Minecraft movie trailer was released. Before we get into it, right away, I want to know what you thought of it.
Okay. Just 30 seconds of background. I started playing Minecraft as an adult, not as a kid. I had to learn Minecraft EDU, which was a specific offshoot of Minecraft that you could teach in a classroom. It had some extra tools, but I had to I was tasked for work to play Minecraft. So that's how I ended up getting into it. But I have spent thousands of hours in Minecraft, not in like the larger Minecraft world though, because there's a lot more to it than just the title Minecraft. You got the Telltale series. You've got all kinds of books that are out there, and like basically like TV shows or something. I think there's like narrative adventures that have been done. And also the game you played, Dungeons, or not Dungeons, it's the other one.
There's two. There's like a Diablo style one. And then Minecraft Legends, is more like a strategy type one. So there's a few.
And so I've not gotten into like a lot of the greater Minecraft lore and stuff like that, but from the base game itself and then playing some modified servers and stuff like that, got a little bit of experience with it. And okay, when we get to the trailer, first impressions are everything, right? I feel like it could have been better. I feel like there's a lot of stuff there and they presented it in an awful way. Coming down to like, give us a tiny little sliver of why Jason Momoa looks like that. Why is he dressed like that? What's the backstory? Who are these people coming into this Minecraft world? Because it seems to me like it's going to be a little bit of a Jumanji situation. It's pretty much you've got 4 people from the real world going into the video game. But then also there's Jack Black as Steve, and him and Jason Momoa in this movie. I don't know who any of the other actors are, but they just look like they rolled out of bed and got a costume slapped on them, and it was like, okay, you're Steve now. hey, you're whoever Jason Momoa is supposed to be.
Yeah.
The world itself, the graphics and stuff like that look great, but it's like it's real people in front of a green screen style. Um, I don't know if that's what I expected really when I heard there was going to be a Minecraft movie and it was going to have Jack Black. I'm thinking, okay, him in another voice role. He was just Bowser, and everybody loved that. But now Jack Black's like getting shit on over this.
Right. Yeah. People have turned so quickly. So I agree. I thought it was going to be just an animated movie. I was shocked when they did when Jason Momoa stumbled out of that portal or whatever. But so it was, it's just a teaser trailer. So it really did do what it intended. It's teasing a lot, and
Yeah.
I feel like this is a problem in that like we're left with so many questions, and people are not pleased with it. It has over 1 million dislikes on YouTube for that trailer. So for me, I'm not, too invested into. I've never really played Minecraft. My son, it's his favorite game. He plays it all the time. And he's got, Minecraft sneakers, 18 Minecraft shirts, his backpacks, Minecraft, like all this stuff is just Minecraft because it's so much more than the game for him. Like you said, there's books and stuff like that. I showed him the trailer and he loved it. He is so excited. It's going to be, opening weekend. I told him, I was like, maybe this could be your first like IMAX movie. Maybe we'll go to the IMAX to see it. But he it was laughing hysterically at the, the pink sheep and like, cause he's like, I know that it's like all the references, you got all the references that, so yeah, I don't know. Like it's not for us maybe, which is upsetting a lot of people that were expecting it to be, but maybe it's just for kids. I don't know. Like you said, I don't know what's going on with Jason Momoa or like why he's just basically playing himself dumped into Minecraft, or why Jack Black is playing himself also dumped into Minecraft, because that's what it seemed like in the trailer. It's like it didn't really add anything. So I don't know. I want to see more.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head there with like who is the target audience here. It seems like this trailer sort of shows it as this is for little kids. While the cast sort of implies that they're celebrating like the diversity of people who play Minecraft. I mean, it's been out for 15 years or something like that. So people who are 30 years old now played that for half of their life. So it's like Minecraft isn't just a little kids game the way it might be seen because it's so simple or whatever. I think a lot of people have touched Minecraft over the years and are a little bit invested in it. So
absolutely,
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's just the way the trailer's making it look.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It really, I think it did more harm than good having this teaser out there because, people are, people are upset. We'll see if there's. I mean, remember when everybody was upset with Sonic the Hedgehog, and they were like, all right, we're not going to release it. We're going to change it. Like, could that happen here? I don't know. I feel like it's what people are upset about. It's the live action part of it and just being, I don't know, just strange. But I want to see more. I want another trailer that tells me exactly what's going on. But yeah, like I said, like I think it's gonna do great at the theater. I think it's a lot of little kids are gonna go see it. It's not gonna be like we just had Borderlands, just failure, just a complete failure. Yeah. It's not gonna be that. As much as people are hating on it now, I think it's gonna do fine.
Oh yeah, I mean, people did the same thing with the Mario movie because they didn't like Chris Pratt's voice and whatever.
Right.
Seth Rogen's laugh was a problem, but then the movie comes out and it's it was pretty good.
Yeah. So we'll have to just wait and see on this one. But yeah, it was not what I expected at all. So, all right. That is it for us this week. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. Be sure to stop over to YouTube. Pop Culture Playground is the name of the channel that hosts this show. Subscribe there. Do all those things that you do at YouTube. While you're on YouTube, stop over to GameFAQs, GameFAX. Subscribe to full clips page there. And then, you know, if you want to listen to the podcast version of this, every Monday morning, you could have it delivered directly to your device. You just had to hit subscribe at your favorite podcast destination. Just type in GNW, bam, we pop up. Hit subscribe Monday morning. It's there, just waiting for you. And it's like the best start of your week, too. You just got us talking games, and you're like, yeah, and you're cheering, and it's everything's great in the world. Yeah, and then go check us out on TikTok, and that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nah, but I was enjoying the TikToks that you were putting up, using some of those templates and stuff, and adding a little fun to it.
All right. One person enjoyed it. That's all that we do this for. The co-host of this show enjoying the TikToks. I don't understand the TikTok algorithm. I never will.
I don't either.
But yeah, one of these days we will. So yeah, thank you. Go play Astro Bot, everybody. Buy Astro Bot, play Astro Bot. Best game ever. All right. On that note, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.